We are just days away from another historic march on Washington. This time the call is to continue Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s work from 60 years ago. Eleanor Holmes Norton was there in 1963, and she had a pivotal role in the planning of the March on Washington. This morning I revisit that time in history with Delegate Norton.
I got word that the March on Washington was being organized and that I could help. And so I flew to New York to help organize the March on Washington for part of that same summer. Bayard Rustin was the organizer of the March on Washington. I'm a minion in this. He may have been the only person, black or white, who could have organized a mammoth March on Washington. Though we did not know for sure. We knew many buses we had organized. We'd organized people come from trains. But would they come and what would they do when they got there? I flew from New York to Washington. And flying over and looking out the window, I knew that the march would be an extraordinary success because I could see people lining up early in the morning all over Washington, raring to go. That was a sight to behold. We weren't just marching. Out of it came the 1964 Civil Rights Act, the 1965 Voting Rights Act, exquisitely important, and ultimately the 1968 Fair Housing Act. I'm in this book with people like Angela Davis.
And like the title of the book, she still dreams of a more just world. But now for her, the fight is in the halls of Congress, advocating for district residents she represents. The years on the battlefield for equality have taught her that today's activists must be focused and steadfast.
The Montgomery bus boycott, in a real sense, was a precipitating event for the civil rights movement. The killing of George Floyd was a precipitating event for the movement we see now. You do not get change in this country. It's too diverse, it's too big, unless you work hard for it.
And that is why this year's March on Washington is not being billed as a commemorative event. Instead, it's one that continues the mission of fighting for peace, justice, and equity for all in the world. And if you can't make it to this year's march, we'll be streaming it live on WUSA 9 Plus on Saturday. Coverage begins at 8 a.m.